Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
everybody.
Yay. Thank you, dog. It's Friday.
Happy
Yay.
TDIF, everyone.
Whoop, 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 whoop. So happy it's Friday. So happy to be with you. We've got another fun canine inspired craft in celebration of the upcoming 4th of July holiday. We're super excited to do with you today. So if you have any pet lovers or dog moms and dads in your life, please sprinkle the puppy love. We would surely appreciate it.
Yep.
If you don't know who we are, I am Patty Quinn, and I'm here with the amazing Hillary Buchholz.
Hey, everybody.
And we are the co-founders of We Heart Hounds. And we love doing all kinds of hound hugging DIYs. We have a huge playlist of all kinds of crafts, dog treat recipes, interviews with dog loving companies, all that good stuff. And today we have another kind of Dollar Tree inspired DIY.
There's Dollar Tree elements for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like the biggest element for sure is the Dollar Tree. And we're calling it a Strawburst Dog Wreath. And we're just super excited to get started. So the first thing you're going to need is a slew of packages, probably 5 packages of Dollar Tree red and white straws. You could do this with the blue and white if you wanted to. You can kind of flip the colors. They have blue and white ones, but we're doing red and white. I think the red and white really pops. I think it's really, really cool. And so basically you're going to need 103 straws. So you will use most of 5 packages. I think is how it works out. And then you're going to need just a scrap of some dog themed paper. It is Friday. Fabric. This is not paper. Fabric.
You could probably use paper though, so that would work as well.
There you go.
So
a happy accident.
If you don't have some dog fabric, some dog themed fabric, you could definitely use paper for the part that we're using this for.
Thank you for that. Thank you for the save. Okay. I knew what I was talking about, right? And this one, is going to be like whatever the accent is. So if you use the blue and white straws, you would use like a red and white fabric or paper for this one. And then you're going to grab.
This is kind of this has an Americana theme. So we're doing red, white, and blue. So that's why we're talking like if you do opposites, it'll be
flip it. Yep.
Variations of red, white, and blue.
Exactly. And then we've got 5 wooden dog prints. They're super cool. They're really neat. I think you can get these on Amazon.
Yep.
They come in different sizes. I believe these are the 3-inch.
A little bit
3.5 maybe. 3-inch shape. And then you're going to use some, I have some blue chalk paint. That kind of coordinates with the fabric or the blue fabric or the blue paper that you're going to use, the puppy paper. And then some, we're cheating. We're using some fabric glue because we love this fabric glue.
This is by far our favorite fabric glue that we've found. Aleen's is good as well, but this one is just a little bit stickier right when you start using it. This one's a really good one. So highly recommend.
It's by Beacon. It's called Fabrifix. We have no affiliation with them, but we love their product. And it's really tacky, and as Hillary said, it dries quick, so it's nice for using with paper as well as fabric. And then just a piece of paper, a white piece of paper, and a 6-inch wreath ring that you get from Michael's. So it's one of those flat. It's kind of like the press board wreath ring, and it's got like an inch wide. It's some of them are real skinny, that might work, but this will give you a little bit more support if you use the wider one.
And mine at Michael's, it depends on which ones you're at. Mine were on clearance, and they're a great wreath form for all sorts of things. So it was right around $1. So if you happen to jump into Michael's and see them there, you might stock up. They're kind of an interesting one. And Michael's is one of the only places where we found kind of that thicker wreath form that's got a nice flat surface that'll work for lots of different crafts.
Yeah, exactly. So the first thing you're going to do is with your wreath form, you're going to trace it out on your white piece of paper and cut out that shape. So I've already cut out the shape. This is just a regular piece of printer paper. And then you're going to glue this onto the front of your wreath form. And so that'll prepare that. And then you're going to cut a bunch of straws. So you're going to take all your straws and you're going to cut out 3 sizes.
Yeah.
So, and I've got some leftovers here to show. There's going to be small, medium, and large sizes. And to get the large size, you cut off an inch of from the straw. So that ends up being, what is it, 6.5 inches or something like that?
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
And then on the medium size, you cut off 2 inches. So
and you'll do 41 of those straws.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that helps. Yeah. So 41 of the longer ones, 41 of the shorter ones, and you're going to cut off 2 inches of those. So those end up being 5.5 inches. And then the with 21 of them, you're going to cut 20 to 21. I just do 21 just to be on the safe side because we're going to put them on the form and you might need a little extra. But 21 of them, you're going to cut in half, exactly in half.
Yeah.
So you're left with 50 small straws. Okay. And then once you have all your straws cut, and you'll have a bunch of little leftovers, like here's my little 2 inches that I cut off one, and I've got some 1-inch pieces. You can just discard those. You're not going to need them. And then basically what you're going to do, and Hillary has a video, you're going to take your first long straw, and you're going to glue it onto the wreath form. And so you can see how we're cutting like the long, the medium size. So we're going to take 2 inches off of that one.
And you can use them as a guide. Like once you've cut those 2 inches off, it makes it easy to just grab one of the already cut straws. And you can use that as your guide for when you're cutting the other ones.
Exactly.
And then cut 21 of these ones in half. So it's about 3 7/8 is about half of that straw or whatever. So, and you can kind of eyeball it. It does not need to be absolutely precise or anything.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
And then here I'm just showing the gluing on my white. And then you just start gluing. And one of the things that you'll do is you'll put them so that they're touching in that center ring. And we recommend using the not cut side. So you're going to have one side of your straw that you cut with the scissors and one side that was just from the factory. Put that factory side on that inner circle, on the inner edge.
Yeah.
It just ends up being a little bit cleaner. And you have a nice clean look on that center piece.
I think that's where everybody's eye goes when you look at the finished wreath, is that center area. And so you don't really see the cut ends on the outside, which is nice.
And this first row is obviously I'm using the long straws, the longest straws. And now I'm going in and using the middle size.
The medium, the medium size. And those will get layered right on top of the longer straws in between 2 long straws. So this is, she's not putting them in between the long straws. These are going on top of the long straws.
Yeah.
But also like in between. So, and you can see how she's done a beautiful job of evenly spacing those outer edges. So the inner edge is tucked together, but that outer edge, you want to have that evenly spaced as you work your way around.
Yeah. And it's nice to use this fabric glue because it gives you a little bit of leeway. So you can kind of adjust them if you need to.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And then you can see she started the third layer with the smallest straws. And so those go in between, but on top of the medium, of 2 medium straws. And you kind of work your way around. Hey, Mike, thanks for being with us. This is such a really cool wreath. It looks really amazing when it's done. So you can see, I mean, you could leave it just like this if you wanted to. I mean, it's just a really cool effect.
And here you can see our 3 layers there. So there's 3 layers of straws there.
Pretty cool.
They really turn out cool.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And then the next thing we do is we're going to paint. We're going to take our wooden paw prints and we're just going to paint. And I use chalk paint. Hillary, did you use chalk paint too?
Yep, I did. Yeah, it was one that I grabbed from Walmart. And it's actually the nautical color, which it worked out really well. So that color for this.
Yeah, and mine's Ocean by Waverly. So I think it's pretty close to the same color, which is great. And then you just paint a thin layer. And we like the chalk paint because it dries so quickly. It's so nice. Yeah, and you can be kind of rustic with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I kind of like that rustic effect. So That makes
Well,
it
and it
fun.
goes nice with, because we kind of have a little bit of like patchwork denim-y kind
Yeah.
of looking on our fabric.
Yeah.
So a little bit rustic kind of works well with the fabric, but you could certainly, if you wanted to, you could paint it out completely.
Yeah.
Either way, whatever fits your style best. So
yeah, perfect. And then from the fabric, you're going to cut a scrap of that off, and you're going to cut it in the shape of your paw print.
Yep. And I traced around mine and then just cut inside the line when I was cutting. So I take the paw print, trace around it with like a Sharpie, and then just cut along that inside line so that you don't.
That's a great
So
idea.
you have enough room there. And as we mentioned, you could use paper as well. So it doesn't have to be fabric, but paper would work as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're going to just glue the fabric to the unpainted side of your paw print. And what this does is it gives it a nice solid blue color to go onto your wreath. You don't need to do the fabric or paper part, but I think it looks a little more busy because this is kind of a see-through paw print. So it's nice to give it a nice good block of color.
Yeah, and with those straws they got a lot going on. They're so busy that it's nice to kind of have something solid there as a contrast to them.
Yeah, exactly. Get rid of my little glue strings. We're going to so then you put the right side of the fabric onto the wrong side of the unpainted side of the paw print. And then I just pull gently to get the fabric a little taut all the way around so it's not puckered. Looks cute. I love it.
And you're going to make 5 of these so that they'll be sort of our accent. Yeah, accent for our wreath. So
yeah, they look really cute. I love them. All right. So then now that you have a whole slew of them, you got 5 of them here. We're going to bring our wreath form back with the beautiful paper straws. Oh, I just love that. That's so, it looks like an optical illusion almost.
Yep. It's so fun. Like it's such an eye catcher. It's so fun and it's so bright and cheerful. Like I just love it.
It is. Love it. All right. So then figure out whatever top you want, wherever you want your top. And now you're just going to let's put them in place first before we glue them down. You're just going to evenly space them around, and they can kind of be going in different directions. You could have the paw prints going in all the same direction, whatever you want. And give them evenly spaced. I'm going to look over. All right. And then we just glue them down.
And I'm using hot glue for this part, but either hot glue. I think I will too. I don't have like these. They're just a little bit bigger, and we will be holding this up in a second. And usually if I were to use the fabric glue, I'm not patient enough and everything might fall off.
Yeah, this is cool. This really comes together so nicely.
It does take a little bit of time. The straw part takes a little bit of time, but it's not difficult. And it's definitely something that the kids could help with. You could also do, if you wanted to make it even kind of more complementary or whatever, you could use the red and white and the blue and white and kind of have different colored straws as well. So you could really kind of make it your own.
And if you're brave enough, I wasn't brave enough, you could use all your little leftover parts and kind of intersperse them in as well, into the layers as you go as well. I thought it was nice and simple to do it. Just the 3 layers, but you can intermix the 3 layers with different sizes if you'd like as you go.
And it's the nice thing about the 3 layers, kind of the way that we did it, is if you have them like in those cups that we were using, it makes it super easy. You don't have to think. You're just grabbing the size you need every single time.
Well, and I was cutting and they were rolling off the table and stuff. So I told Hillary, I like, use a cup, put them in the cups. It makes it so much easier. All right, here we go. Drum roll. Yay.
I think these turn out so cute.
Yeah, they're so cool. I love it. I love it. And then you can just cut a piece of fabric as a hanger on the back or a piece of twine.
Yeah.
And I just made a little loop. I just made a little loop. Hang it on the back. There. Super easy.
And they're nice and light. So depending on where you're going to hang them, they're not a super heavy wreath or anything like that. I would recommend indoors, not outdoors, because obviously all the straws are paper, so they're not going to be very weather resistant. But I just love how they turn out.
This would be so pretty over a mantle, right? I mean, it'd just be really sweet. Well, this was fun. Yeah. Happy early 4th of July. This was great. I love it. And it looks like a firecracker. I mean, it's really fun.
And there are step-by-step instructions with kind of close-up pictures. There's a link for those in the description here. So if you want a little bit more kind of step-by-step as you're working through this to do this craft, you can check that out. We also have a ton of other fun every holiday, but 4th of July is absolutely one of our favorites. So we have a ton of other projects for 4th of July, and they're always got some dog theming to them because that's what we do around here.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. If you haven't yet, please like, love, follow, subscribe, click that notification bell. It means so much to us. And we hope we've inspired you to do some really fun craft project this weekend. And if you do the project, please share the pictures. We would love to see them.
We would love to see how they turn out. Thanks, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.